You fumble to unlock this door. Beyond it, just another stupid door. And wouldn't you know it, you don't have the key. Through the keyhole, you glimpse another dimension, a dimension of crappy graphics, and a confusing narrative. Wait, the door was unlocked the whole time. You turn the knob, feeling like a fool. You're moving into a land of half-considered ideas and poorly documented encounters. A land where the locals say, "What the fuck was that?" And, "Do you smell that?" You've just crossed over into the realm of the obscure, a back-page bestiary. Welcome to lesser-known cryptids. I'm your host, Rickey Rat. Imagine, if you want, a realm of contradiction, where beautiful countryside rolls clumsily into view, only to give way to hellish cities stinking of broken spirits and soiled underwear. This is Illinois, but not the one you'll find on postcards. No, tonight we enter the more rancid areas of the prairie state. Here, in the overlooked gutters of the Midwest, dwell the least celebrated, least photogenic, and certainly least researched monsters. Illinois is just lousy with cryptids. First up, we've got the Coal Hollow Road Monster. They say it's 7 feet tall, covered in hair, and smells like a locker room full of wet dogs and squirrel spunk. This thing's been lurking around East Peoria like it's on parole. Witnesses say it's got glowing red eyes and a scream like a chainsaw in heat. Me? I think it's just a dime store Bigfoot. Either way, he's one mean son of a bitch. Then there are the abominable swamp Slavs. There's 3 of them. Each one looks like what happens when you drop a mop into a vat of expired chili. These swamp-dwelling homunculi lurch out of the bogs smelling like a fermented diaper left on a radiator. Witnesses say they're huge, often moist, and always whining about some shit no one cares about. Next, we have the Enfield Horror. This 3-legged freak was first reported in the 70s, probably by some drugged-up hippie. This spastic meatball hops around Enfield like it's got an angry gerbil in its ass. Descriptions vary, but some say it has glowing pink eyes, is probably a Sagittarius, and shrieks like a Chinese car alarm. Last seen ducking into a derelict building before vanishing, just as animal control was figuring out what species it wasn't. Some say it's just a stupid alien. Others say other things. But who really gives a shit? I say, it's probably just Illinois being Illinois. Am I right? And then there's the Wolfman of Chestnut Mountain. Picture a werewolf. That's it. Just a stinking werewolf. Most sightings come from drunken skiers and schnapps-fueled snowboard punks. Witnesses describe it as bipedal, hairy, and wildly confused, like he got turned into a monster mid-vacation and just went with it. Honestly, he's probably still out there, trying to get his deposit back for the rental skis. In Chicago, the asshole of the Midwest, there creeps a vile creature, a thing torn straight from your worst nightmares. They call it a stinkfoot. Its eyes, like a fish, its smell, like hot dog water. And though it claims to take hygiene very seriously, you'd never know it. When La Stinkfoot slithers into your city, murders go up by 60%. And that's just on Tuesdays. But what truly makes this monster dangerous isn't just its lust for control. It also wields the power to summon evil beings from far-off lands. Predators, parasites, all targeting the innocent and the vulnerable. And worst of all, La Stinkfoot seeks to strip away every protection those people have. It invites the wolves in, then sells off the fences. Beware, La Stinkfoot's evil never dies. it lingers, festers, and it can return when you least expect it. They say if you stand in front of a mirror at midnight, lights out, and chant the word socialism 3 times, you might just summon it. But be warned, you might get exactly what you asked for. The Urbana Hell Beast. The legend of this particular horror begins in the 1700s, when giants still roamed the continent. Rare, reclusive, but clever enough to avoid human contact. One of these giant clans lived where Urbana now festers, and one of them, let's call him Kevin, encountered a threat worse than any man: a vampire. The bite changed him, turned him. His own kind hunted him down for what he had become. They severed his head and left it to rot. But vampire rules are specific. A stake ends the curse. Beheading? Sometimes. Not this time. Kevin didn't die. Not exactly. His head rolled into a cave and waited. The body was gone. The hunger remained. The decades spent in the dark, moist cave rotted away the flesh. Only bone was left. And then something happened. Something grotesque. A twisted evolution. Maybe the kind only a giant vampire skull could pull off. Legs began to grow. Thin, pale, wrong. Femurs, humeri, tibia-shaped bones, spindly spider legs sprouting from the base of his skull. Now Kevin walks again, or something like him does. No body, no soul, just a spider-like skull vampire with a thirst. And in Urbana, they say if you hear scratching in the alleys, don't look. It means he's already seen you. I know what you're thinking. A giant vampiric skull spider? So what? The Midwest is lousy with them. But this one's different. This one doesn't stalk babies in their cribs. It's never been spotted hiding in a laundromat restroom. It's never once disguised itself as a beautiful woman, only to reveal its true form once inside your home. Those are quite common. What makes the Urbana Hellbeast different is that this one might be named Kevin, and he lives in Urbana. Well, that's it for this episode of Lesser Known Cryptids. If you've got a blurry photo, a suspicious scar, or just an unhealthy interest in weird crap, you know where to send it. And for the love of all that is holy, go visit theatomicskull.com and buy a bunch of their stuff. Man, they got some cool shit. Until next time, remember, reality is thin in places. So, watch your step.